You're watching Kettle Messages Tarot with your Oracle and Reader the Gemstar. It's time to spill some intuitive tea together again. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. Reach out to the Gemstar for your own personal private reading at kettlemessagestarot.my.canva.site. The link is in the description box below. Now let's shuffle the cards and spill the tea. Hello and welcome once again to Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your Oracle and Reader, the Gemstar, and I'm here to spill some intuitive tea with everyone. I apologize, it's been a while, but the Gemstar has been busy. But she is here with you now. And I'm ready to spill the general intuitive tea to see who resonates with the messages coming through. So join us in the tea room. Leave your comments in the comments section. And to book your own personal private reading with me, click the link in the description box below. It's the fastest and easiest way to get in contact with me. Once again, I want to thank every one of you for joining us during these lives, for joining us in the tea room, for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing, joining our sacred space, and welcoming us into yours. We're going to give the cards a shuffle, and we're going to see what the current energies are and what messages come through. Whatever comes through, comes through. Now let's give these cards a shuffle and welcome into our sacred space, Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your Oracle and Reader, the Gemstar. Hello and welcome once again to another live with your Oracle and Reader, the Gemstar. You are tuning into Kettle Messages Tarot, General Intuitive Tea. We're going to shuffle the cards, and whatever messages come out are going to come out. And the Gemstar will be the conduit for these messages. Now, it's starting to spill. You may be feeling emotional at this time. You may be spending time near bodies of water. You may need to get hydrated and start drinking more water to detox your mind, body, soul, and spirit at this time. This can be a very emotional time, a time of highs and lows, or you may be also dealing with water signs, Pisces, Cancers, and Scorpios at this time. But regardless of the sign, this is an emotional time that people are going through. People may be really expressive during this time, meaning people are getting things off their chest, or people are being very sensitive and very emotional at this time. Someone's emotions are going to come out at this time, and it's going to be like a waterfall. Continuous. Someone may have been bottling up their emotions, and so now they're going to release. It's like an emotional bomb about to go off. For others, there may be an emotional imbalance which needs to be looked into by a physician. But others may be going through a very testing time, a very emotional time. And so we begin with the energy of water, of purification. Oof, there flies out the raven. And the raven fell into the water. As we said, there may be people at this time, maybe even yourself, getting things off your chest and just knocking people's socks off, knocking people right out of their seats, knocking people right out of their reality, or out of their denial, or you're about to come out of a denial. But around the corner, something dark is looming. There may be an argument about to happen. There may be a release of emotion, of anger, of bottled up, pent up aggression at this time. You may also be dealing with water signs on the attack. You may have, again, an emotional imbalance, or someone that you're dealing with, emotions are all over the place, high and low. 1 minute they're not saying anything, the next minute they're exploding. So something is about to explode, something is about to be revealed, something is coming out to the open, and you need to be careful. You need to protect yourselves, defend yourselves, speak up for yourselves at this time. If you are coming under attack, some of you may choose to retreat because all these emotions and feelings coming at you are overwhelming. And so you may need to step back in order for you not to lose your temper. But know that something is around the corner, something that's been hidden until now, something that's been unknown until now, something that somebody may have been bottling up until this moment that's about to happen, where someone just releases all they've been keeping inside and start expressing themselves. Some of them might express themselves by going on and on and on and not allowing you to get a word in edgewise. And others may be accusatory, coming under attack. They may be coming out of a place of hate, of envy, of jealousy. Something that you thought was dead and over with may rear its ugly head again. Someone from the past that you have blocked or have gone no contact with may show up out of the blue. And some of them may want to start confrontations. But whatever's coming your way is coming. Spirit is protecting you, though. It's coming to express itself. Whether they're going to be expressing love or whether they're going to be expressing anger or hate, you're going to know, because they're going to make themselves known, and they're going to make themselves heard, and they're going to make themselves felt, especially emotionally. Somebody here has been going through the dark night of the souls. Someone here is having dark thoughts, or someone here is in an emotional bad space or state, and you're about to see it, you're about to witness it, or you're about to be the receiver on the receiving end of this person's emotional release. Okay. So definitely there's someone here that either needs to see their gynecologist, or they need to see a physician, check their hormones, and also may need to speak to a counselor, a therapist, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, because they're having dark thoughts and their emotions are not regulated. They're all over the place. 1 minute, someone here is not expressing anything at all. You thinking everything is rosy with them, everything is fine with them, and then the next minute, all hell breaks loose. The Wicked Witch of the West comes out, and forget about it. They're on a warpath. This person is not thinking clearly. This person is coming from pure emotions. So they're not thinking rationally. They're not thinking logically. They're not thinking this conversation they're going to have with you through. Or you need to be careful if you are in your feelings, in your emotions, and do not take the time to think things through before blowing up on somebody, before expressing your emotions, or before having a conversation with someone. But if you are on the receiving end of this person is going to be cruel, nasty, going to try to hit you in your Achilles heel, try to bring your ego down, try to burst your bubble, try to bring chaos and misery, because this person is not mentally or emotionally balanced. And they're not taking the time to think things through. They're not taking the time to heal, to work on themselves, or to seek out a professional to help them gain balance and control over their dark thoughts and their emotions. So someone here is in their emotions. They're having really bad thoughts about someone and they're about to lash out. They're coming from an emotional space. Know that. They're not thinking clearly. They're not thinking rationally. So some crazy bat out of hell, some crazy raven, some sick rabid raven with rabies is coming at you. And they're angry. They're miserable. They're thinking real evil, dark thoughts, envy, jealousy, hatred. And this is the current energy that you may be dealing when dealing with someone else at this current time. Or someone has you in your feelings. Someone has triggered the evil in you, and you may be about to get into a confrontation. And so this message says stop, pause, think twice, get help, get advice, bring it down a couple of notches before you blow up on somebody, before you share your feelings with someone else at this time, because it can cause more problems than healing or solutions. Let's continue. Let's continue and see where this tea is going. So far, you may be dealing with water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpios. You may be also dealing with air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But no matter the sign, the energy is chaotic, is angry, may have resentment, may have jealousy, envy, hatred, someone having really dark thoughts, someone not thinking clearly, someone may have hormonal issues or mental psychotic issues that they need to seek professional help for, because this is getting out of control or about to get out of control. Let's continue and let's see where this is going. All right, so someone is needing to bail out of a situation. This confirms the message that we were just saying, that someone may choose not to even deal with this, to avoid this, to walk away from it. It's too overwhelming. It's too much. It's dramatic. It's crazy. It's hot shit, crazy, loony, toony. And somebody doesn't want to deal with this. Okay? Instead of someone sticking around, seeing where this conversation is going to go, someone is already seeing that someone's energy is off, that someone is being angry or vengeful or vindictive or malicious or just wicked, evil, or just hateful. And someone here is saying, no, not today, Satan. Not today. Not me. Not I. Not he, not she. Not they, not them. We are not going to be messing with this energy. We're going to be stepping away. So someone is needing to get out of a relationship with someone who is angry, who is wicked, who is cutthroat, who is not thinking logical or rational, who is purely in their emotions, and who is really showing a really ugly side and dark side of themselves. Okay, someone here is dealing with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Someone here is dealing with a very difficult person, whether they have hormonal imbalance or a mental issue going on, a psychological issue going on that they need professional help with, or just someone really, really toxic who just wants to argue, fight. They don't care if they're coming at you with the truth, with a lie. They can make stories up in their head and believe the stories they tell themselves as truth, as reality. And someone else here is saying, oh no, I don't deal with crazy. I don't work with crazy. I don't entertain crazy. And I'm definitely not going to stay married to crazy, going out with crazy, being a friend with crazy. Someone here needs to get help or release anger, jealousy, hate, resentment. Because there's a lot of dark thoughts and a lot of dark emotions here that someone has been bottling up inside that is ready to be exposed. Now, this person has been grinning in your face, smiling in your face, playing things off with a sense of humor. Like everything is okay, everything is fine, everything's a joke. But deep inside, they have hate, they have jealousy, they have envy, they have vengeance, they have anger. Someone here needs anger management, or someone here needs to get a grip on themselves, on their reality, instead of believing these dark thoughts that they're feeding. Okay, so this person has a sense of entitlement. You may be dealing with a narcissist. A toxic narcissist is coming through. And again, you need to be careful and be very vigilant at this time. This person can become dangerous. This person can become physically violent when the words are no longer affecting you, when they can no longer hurt you with their words, when they can no longer control you, when they can no longer play mind games with you. Then they will become physical. Then they will become violent. And you need to be vigilant, because this person is about to snap. Someone here is dealing with a narcissist who's not getting their way, who can no longer manipulate you, lie to you, play games with you, waste your time, drag you into their drama, drag you into their stories, their lies. And because they no longer hold power over you, especially mentally. This person likes to have mental control, use mental manipulation and emotional manipulation with the people in their life. And when they lose that control, they lose control, period. And they can become physically violent. And so the message of the raven is confirming itself once again, to be vigilant, to be careful, that what's coming around the corner, what's going on in this current situation, is that somebody can't take it no more, that someone went zero contact, or someone can no longer be manipulated. So someone here can no longer be abused because they took their power back, or because they went no contact, or because they cut themselves off. And someone here cannot accept that, and they are willing to get violent. just to get revenge or just to cause misery in someone else's life. Let's continue. This person is smiling, joking with you, acting like everything is copacetic, everything is okay. Your friends, your family, your hubby, your wifey, whoever this is holding on to anger and resentment within themselves. And they will no longer be able to contain the anger, the hate, and they will snap and get physical when they can no longer play with your mind, when they no longer have control over you. Know that. Know that. Okay, so some of you have decided to cut yourselves off from toxic relationship and drama because you're working on yourselves. You're working on your business. You're working on your studies. You're going to school. Or you're becoming entrepreneurs and opening your own businesses. But whatever you're doing is taking your attention, your energy, your resources. It's taking away everything that someone else was feeding off of. And because they can no longer feed off of you, because they can no longer manipulate you, because they no longer can trigger you, and they see you moving on, doing your own thing, being confident, being courageous, going for what you want in your life, going for your dreams, your goals. They're losing control over you. And this is what's making them go batshit crazy. So they can no longer talk you out of what you want to do. They can no longer naysay. They can no longer speak negatively on your dreams, your goals, because you don't care. Because here you are studying. Because here you are putting all your skills, ability, talents, resources into action. You're becoming confident. You're becoming courageous. You're becoming strong. And you're doing this without the help of someone else or without a certain person in your life. Or because this person, because they're having dark thoughts, keep that in mind. They think that because you're growing, you're changing, you're doing you, you're manifesting, you're a manifesting fool right now. And you are manifesting good things in your life. And you're moving forward. Someone feels like they're losing you, or they're about to lose you, or they have already lost you. And this is triggering resentment, anger, hate from this person. They can't stand it. They can't stand that they no longer have influence over you, power over you, access to you. They feel you getting away or you've gotten away. And know that just because you've gotten away or that things have gone quiet or silent, that this person has disappeared. No. This person has been feeding their hatred, their envy, their anger, their resentment. They've been feeding it and feeding it and feeding it. And they haven't been saying anything. But as soon as this person sees that you have totally moved on and you don't even have a feeling or a thought of reaching out to them, they will be reaching out to you in one way, shape, or form. Oh yes, they're following you on social media. They're looking at old photographs and old memories of you. And they're hating the fact that you got away. It's bothering them. Some of them have lost their car. Their car got repoed. Some of them may have gotten into car accidents. Or if you have purchased a new car and you have posted it, know that they're triggered by that, okay? Know that they're triggered by that. But this person also has lost the ability to get close to you. Because when I see cars, I think of movement, travel. And so this person can only enjoy you through photos, through old memories, and they're at a distance. You're no longer there in their life. And also another message that came through, that this person, while driving, may think of you, get really, really angry, distract themselves, and get into a car crash, get into a car accident. Because remember, this person is not thinking logically, rationally. They're not paying attention. Their emotions are all over because they want to know about you. They want to know the inside scoop. Confirmation. This person does not have contact with you. They're at a distance. They have no news about you. They don't know anything about your life, about what's going on. And they don't like this because they're a person who likes control. They like to control others, and in order to control others, they need to know everything about another's life. And because they can no longer know about your life, this is getting them very angry. I feel like this person is got a text or call, or is going to speak to someone you know, and that person may tell you about what's going on. They may send a message through someone else. So this current tea is warning someone that's watching that you may be dealing with someone who's in their feelings, that are hiding their jealousy, their envy, their regret, their hate deep inside. They cover it with a smile, but they want to see your downfall. They want to see you miserable so that you can run back to them, or so that you can reach out to them in some way, shape, or form. Ask them for their help. Okay. As we said, look, some are losing their cars. Some are going bankrupt. They may see you, or they may think that you are living the fabulous life, and they are hating, okay? Or they are needing help. They're needing help, financial help. They're having car trouble. They need to borrow your car. Or they need you to drive them somewhere, driving Miss Daisy. But someone here who's at a distance, who you have no contact with, who's hating you from afar, who's wanting to get some type of revenge, whether energetically, physically, verbally. This person wants to take action on their dark thoughts, on their dark emotions, because they're going through bankruptcy or some type of difficulty. They might have had to sell their car. And they're also mad that they don't know the latest and greatest things about what's going on in your life. They don't have much information on you currently. And so they look at the past memories, or they look at what you post on social media, what your family shares about you, what your friends share about you. If they are blocked from every access to you, then they have old memories of you. And they go through these old memories, and it triggers their anger, their hate, their resentment, their jealousy. And that's because they're going through a very difficult time in their life. Some of them may have lost their car, their home. They may have lost their money. They may be going through bankruptcy. They may be having to sell their possessions at this time. And if they even think that you're doing better than them, or that you are well and you're not struggling, then this triggers these negative emotions and these negative thoughts. Some will even try to attack you, not only energetically, physically, verbally, emotionally, but they will also try to attack you magically. So protect yourselves and put your shields up. Put them all the way up and make sure you're cleansing. You're putting those boundaries up. You're keeping toxic people out. You keeping people blocked on your social media. Be careful what you're posting, because someone here is keeping tabs on you and wants to know what's going on. You see, confirmation. This person is holding a grudge. Confirmation. Look, confirmation. You're celebrating a good time. You may be celebrating your birthday. You may be celebrating some type of achievement you've made. You may not even be celebrating anything. You may be celebrating someone else's success or someone else's birthday. But if you're happy in any way, this is triggering somebody's anger and somebody's hate. This person is holding a grudge. And not only are they holding a grudge, they're looking at the old memories and that's triggering them. Their financial situation is triggering them. Them having to sell their things, or their car breaking down, their possessions breaking down, being sold, being lost, not knowing things that they want to know about you. All this is triggering them. And that's why if you haven't heard from them, you will hear from them, because that's what's going currently on with someone. That's too many. We want to get one more message to wrap this intuitive tea up. Oof. Same shit, different day. So you know this person well. You know this person hates. You know this person envies. You know this person may even be attacking you magically, spiritually, energetically. You know this person has a flip side. And that's why at the beginning of the tea, you were getting out of this situation, or you've gotten yourself out of this situation. But they want to drive you back in. They want to pull you back into their drama, pull you back into their issues and their problems, make you their issue and their problems, deflect, lie, deny. But you already know this person. You already know the energy they're coming with. And you already know exactly what to do in this situation, or when dealing with these people or with this particular person who is not acting logical, rational, who is batshit crazy. When they can't manipulate you, when they lose their power over you, then they'll attack you physically, magically. When they can't bring you down anymore emotionally, when they can't affect you mentally or verbally, they'll get physical, or they'll start doing their hoodoo, voodoo, magic, their spells. So protect yourselves, cleanse yourselves, and know that this is what's coming around the corner. This is the darkness that's looming. This is the person that you're dealing with, the energy you're dealing with. And know that it's time to have your boundaries, to have your self-respect intact, to not allow anyone to drag you into their issues, their problems, their drama, or make you their problem. That has been your intuitive tea for this current tea kettle. That has been your messages. If you've resonated, let us know in the comments section. Until we sip tea together again, the Gemstar wishes you a blessed day. We thank you for coming into our sacred space, joining us during the live, subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing, welcoming us into your sacred space. And until we sip tea together again, ciao. Support your content creators. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And to receive your own personal private reading, book it at our website, kettlemessagestarot.my.canva.site, in the description box below.